Now that our Procreate Dreams file is open and ready, let's draw rough key poses for our character animation. But first, in order to better understand the movement, we usually film ourselves acting it out for reference. Let's take a look at the final animated characters in our scene. We'll be focusing on the middle character in the next section, creating the animation step by step. To start off, let's take a look at the live action reference. I have here the reference that Hind sent me. I usually start by noting down the extreme poses which define the motion. We have this down pose and our extreme up pose. For the down pose, the legs are bent, arms extended, and the body straight. And for the up pose, we have a weight shift with the body tilting to the side, one leg is off the ground, and the arms are bent. Now let's take a look at the hair's motion. We can see that it's catching up with the head's movement and overshoots to the other direction here, and then the exact same thing for the other side. Now let's quickly analyze each of our poses with a quick comparison. I'll refer to the first pose as the down pose since the whole body is lower compared to the up pose with the head up here. As for the body, we'll be switching between a tilted form to a straight one. Looking at the arms, we will go from the arms extended, pushing the floater down, to arms bent, holding the floater up. The legs go from bent and on the ground to one extended while the other one bent and off the ground. I'll use these observations to create the rough poses, so let's go back to the empty dreams file I created. This is how it looks like when we open a new file. You can see that we can't do anything at the moment, so we need to first create a timeline by pressing the plus sign and add a new track. Now we can see that there is this playhead and we can go through the timeline. To start drawing, we need to enter drawing mode by tapping on the squiggly line here. The view instantly changes, and if you are familiar with Procreate, you will be familiar with those tools on the top. We have the brush tool, the smudge tool, the eraser, our layers, and also the color picker. So let's choose our brush, but the canvas feels a bit tight for drawing, so let's draw on full screen by simply dragging down the timeline and entering flipbook mode. Now let's create a rough simplified version of the character to focus on the poses. I'll start with the body as a circle and a smaller circle for the head. I'll simplify the legs to 2 lines, and we'll do the same for the arms and the hair. For the floater, I'll choose a different color and draw it as a simple shape. Don't worry if it looks very rough at this point, applying the final look comes later on. I will use this body shape and start to add the 2 poses from the reference we watched earlier. So I'll add a new empty frame by tapping the plus sign here, but I want to enable onion skin to be able to see the frame before. So I'll tap on the time code on the lower left corner, then choose Show Onion Skin. I'll go back to the black color. You can also switch to the most recent color by long holding on the color icon. Now I'll draw our extreme down pose, starting with the body in a lower position with bent legs. The head is also down. The floater is closer to the legs, and the arms are extended, holding the floater from the side. This is our down pose. Let's go to the next frame to create the extreme up pose. Let's start by drawing the line of action as a guide for the body's orientation. I'll add a new layer on top and draw the body and the head following the reference line. There is one leg extended, matching the foot position of the previous frame, and the other one is up here. Next is the floater, which is close to the head. And finally, the arms pulling the floater upwards like that. I'll go ahead and delete the line of action from the layers by swiping and tapping delete. I'll also delete the first frame since I don't need it anymore, just long hold and clear frame. Now we can preview our poses by just flipping back and forth like that. The next frame is the same down pose again. I can simply copy and paste it instead of redrawing it by long holding, then tapping copy, and then go to the new empty frame and long hold paste. Now we have the down, up, down. The final key is the same up pose but reflected to the other side. So I'll also copy and paste it at the end. Now, to reflect it, I'll go out of the drawing mode by pressing Done at the top. Then I'll tap on the last frame to select it. I'll first adjust the anchor point by tapping the 3 dots at the top, choose anchor point, move it to the center, and tap Done. I'll then tap the 3 dots again and choose Flip Horizontal. The character is now reflected, but not in the right spot. So let's enable the onion skin again to be able to reposition the character according to the previous key. I'll move the character, matching the legs together. And now we have all our main poses, down, up, down, up. We are only missing the hair, so let's go back to drawing mode and select the blue color. I'll start with the up pose, and just as our reference, we will have it overshooting in the same direction of the body. And let's do the same for the other side. As for the down pose, we need to see the frame before to understand the direction of the movement. The motion here is coming from the right side going towards the center. So the hair is going to be dragging behind like that. Then the body tilts to the other side. So we follow the movement to the center, drawing the hair, still catching up with the head. Let's preview our frames. That looks good. Now I'll drag all the frames to the start of the timeline, and I'll tap play. It plays really fast, so we need to retime the frames to last longer, and we can use the sound as a reference. Let's bring in the sound file created by Patrick Henchman. I'll split my screen by dragging the file's icon to the side, and I'll go inside my folders to grab the final beat. Then I'll simply drag my sound file to the timeline and slide away the split screen. Let's bring the audio track to the start. It's long at the moment since it's the whole track of the final scene, so I need to cut it shorter to fit this character's loop. We already planned this loop to be 2 seconds, so I'll go to the 2-second mark on my timeline, then tap on the playhead, choose Edit, then Split. If we delete the extra part, now the sound lasts for only 2 seconds. Now let's retime the frames to cover the duration of the sound. I'll go out of drawing mode and into timeline edit by tapping this icon. This allows me to select multiple frames by swiping over them like that. Then I should be able to extend them together. But once I do that, the last frame is the only one that's dragging with me. And I want to extend them all equally together. So I need to hold the edge of the frame with the pencil and hold down my other finger as well, then drag my layers until they reach the end of the audio track. And now I can play the animation. That's much better and timed with the sound. Now let's make a bit of organization, and since I have all those keys already selected, I will long hold and group them. Then go out of timeline edit by tapping the icon again. I'll then long hold the group and rename it. Middle, character, rough keys. Then enter. Now we are ready to move on to the next step. Let's play it one more time and go into full screen mode by tapping 4 fingers on the screen. Now this is my favorite part because we start to see things move. Now you give it a try and familiarize yourself with the software. Once you're ready, join me in the next lesson while we turn the rough keys into our main animation keys.